Well, welcome back to Grandpa Gary's Garage for 2025. Finally decided I could put out a video. So this is going to be about the sill slash rocker panel on the passenger side of the vehicle. And originally, about 2 weeks ago, I made another video, but I decided to delete it because, as it turned out, everything I had tried to accomplish while installing this sill was a complete disaster. My strategy to install and finish this job off just turned out to be a giant mess. So I took everything apart and went back to square one and decided to try different approaches, because what I was trying to accomplish in aligning the sill with the rest of the car was turning out to be pretty much unsuccessful. So what I've done here is, the first thing I had to do was I had to cut back the sill on the forward section here. And the reason for that is the Martin Roby replacement sill was actually too long for this car. So of course I knew I was going to have to trim, fit, and fiddle around to get everything to fit, to align correctly. And what I had done in the past was I had constructed this piece here, which is the support structure, the bottom of the A-pillar passenger side. I temporarily installed the piece that had rusted away. I replaced that with a piece I fabricated, and I had it temporarily tacked in here. And I tried to make the sill fit the new receptacle that the support structure that I had built. And as it turned out, that wasn't going to work. So what I ended up doing now is, finally, after numerous attempts to try and make things align correctly, I decided to take the new support that I had tacked on off. And what I decided to do then is trim back the sill here, install it, align everything with the rest of the car, with the B-pillar, and further back towards the rear of the car, as close as I could to where it needed to be. And then I was going to install this support bracket that I constructed. So here we are. This is going to be, this is the replacement structure that I had fabricated. And I'm going to install the sill temporarily, tack everything in place, and then I'm going to install this cover to support the front part of the sill, this section here. This pocket, when I was taking the old rotten pieces out, I could see that this structure that I originally was with the factory vehicle formed a pocket. The front sill, those of you that are doing this, I mean, this is going to make, be familiar, you're going to be familiar with it. This is going to be, or was, what the original sill would fit into. So that's what I expected I could do. However, it turned out that trying to fit the sill into the pocket was just about impossible, because although I could get things to fit here, everything else further downstream here towards the rear would be misaligned. So I ended up trimming the sill at the forward section. And then we get back here at the rear, and when I was getting everything ready to install at the back end here, I discovered that all this section in here was rotten, pinholed, just a disaster. So I had to take everything apart. I cut everything apart, and I started to reinstall new metal here to refabricate and reconstruct the rear section of the inner right fender well. And so it's been kind of a fudging thing. I've had to trim in here, trim and fit and trim, and just back and forth and back, you know. And it's been frustrating. It's I knew I was stepping into something that I probably by well, I could say by experience alone, this is new territory for me. But having done that, I'm getting close now. I'm starting to be a little bit more optimistic that I'll have this in position and finally able to tack weld this in finally. And then the intent is to mount the doors and check the gaps, the alignment with the doors, and make sure all that is correct, as close as I can possibly make it. And once that's been confirmed, once I get that done, then the next step is to fully install, pull the sill out, prep it for welding, corrosion control, reinstall it, and again I'll check all the fitment with the doors in place, just to make sure that I'm not doing something or I'm going to run into some unsolvable problem in the near future. I want to be able to install the sill, have the doors aligned as closely as I can possibly make them, and then finally do the final welding of the sill and have it in position once and for all. So I decided not to bother making videos of this on and off and cutting and all the intricate little places and moves and things that I had to do to try and make this thing work. What I'm going to do, because, well, actually, the reason for that is it would have been not very informative for you viewers. I decided to, rather than just take up space and time on my YouTube channel, I would try and actually maybe more closely explain what I have been doing. So that's why I haven't had any videos out. So I'm hoping now that I get this done, I'll be able to move forward in a little bit more rapidly. Once I get this front pocket finished here, the intent is to get this tacked on, fit everything once and for all. And then what I'm going to do with this pocket installed is I'm going to weld a strap. I'm going to build the sill around this piece here. So what you see here, the final fitment, what you see here will be covered up with steel that will be attached to the bottom of the sill. It'll come up from here around the pocket, around the support, and then I'll be welding that to the bottom of the A-pillar here, but also welding to the sill. So I'm building the sill, I guess. The sill will be in a certain way, I guess you could say it'll be built around the bottom of the A-pillar support. Well, that's it for now. I'm going to start talking in circles here, so I'll quit the video now, shut the video off, and try and make some progress, and then I'll be showing what happens, what the end result is here fairly soon. Until then, take care.